And we are back with some more Washington Capitals franchise mode in FHM 10. And in this one, we have the offseason of year number 1. Before I forget, I figured I would check out the all-time stats here. Alex Ovechkin is at 863 goals, only 31 away from tying Wayne Gretzky's record. So I would imagine as long as he plays another season, he should be able to get there. And here are the players that we are going to be releasing. You got Pacioretty, Edmondson, Aube-Kubel, Stahl, Johansson, Malenstein, and Sutter. Can't see any of these guys really having too much of a future with the team. And then as for players who are unsigned but are going to be signed heading into this offseason are Carabella and Krebs. I'm not going to be able to sign them until June 23rd, I believe. But the rights to those two are expiring this year. And I do want to get them both signed, as Carabella's got 1.5-star talent already at a 3-star potential, and Krebs at a 2.5-star potential and 1-star talent. I do want to get them both locked up. Actually, let me just check their personalities. All right, Carabella's is good. And what about Krebs? Tends to stay out of trouble off the ice. Good. No problematic personalities there. So I think with that being said, we are going to advance past the playoffs and we'll see who wins the Stanley Cup, and then we'll truly begin our offseason. Oh boy, we're on June 15th and the Stanley Cup Finals still is not over. We have a tie series headed into Game 7 between the New Jersey Devils and the Vegas Golden Knights. Who is it going to be? The Vegas Golden Knights in 7 games. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's championship number 2 for Vegas. That is the 2nd year in a row for the Vegas Golden Knights over the New Jersey Devils now. And with that, we can officially begin the offseason of year number 1. So since we already took care of all of our re-signings here, there's not really much else to do except wait for June 23rd for when we can sign our unsigned prospects. So Carabella, there you go. And Krebs, there you go. Now, is there anybody else? There's Ryan Leonard, who's 1.5-star ability. I think I might want to keep him in college for 1 more year. And there's nobody else that I want to sign here, as there's no more expiring rights. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, time for the awards. For the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Maurice Richard, it is Dylan Larkin, who this season had, oh my goodness, 133 points. 58 goals, 75 assists for 133 points for Dylan Larkin. What in the world? And you know what? While I'm thinking of it, we may as well just check the overall league stats there. Yeah, Dylan Larkin absolutely killed it this season. What in the world? That's crazy. That is absolutely nuts from Dylan Larkin. And Matthews was 1 goal off from being tied with him as well, but didn't even come close to him with the assist department. And of course, he does have the Hart nomination as well. Then for the Lady Byng, you have Jack Hughes. For the Bill Masterton, you have Alex Ovechkin. There you go. For the Mark Messier Leadership Award, you have John Carlson. All right, so another cap. We had 2 out of the 3 nominations for that. And the Jennings Trophy goes to Acura Schmid. And for the Hart, between Larkin, McDavid, and Quinn Hughes, it is Dylan Larkin, as expected. And for the Conn Smythe, you have Shea Theodore of Vegas. For the Calder, between Bedard, Matthew Phillips, and Levi, I can't imagine it's anyone but Bedard. Yeah, Connor Bedard. And for the Norris, between Quinn Hughes, Moritz Cedar, and Rasmus Dahlin, it is Quinn Hughes with 97 points on the season. And for the Selke, between Achari, Moore, and Lafferty, it is Noel Achari. For the Vezina, between Brissois, Husso, and Schmid, it is Ville Husso of Detroit. And for the Executive of the Year, you have Kevin Adams, Steve Yzerman, and Patrick Alvin. It is Steve Yzerman of Detroit. And for the Jack Adams, you have Derek Lalonde, Rick Tocchet, and Don Granado. It is Derek Lalonde. And here's our final season score. As expected, we didn't do too well. No positive categories, almost all the negative categories. So that means our total season score is 3. Excellent. The only thing that saved us is that we didn't have a winning percentage lower than 400. That's great. And of course, that means we don't get any points to spend. That's unfortunate. And now that we're on July 1st, let's take a look at the free agency list. You got Steven Stamkos, William Nylander, Jake Gensel, Shane Gostisbehere, Zemgus Girgensons, Teddy Bluger, Sam Lafferty, Philip Hronik, Josh Bailey, Max Pacioretty, Tomas Tatar. Pretty good list of veterans here, but no one who I'm particularly interested in, given the state of our team. And I guess I'll see if there's any good young players here. Not really. Yeah, no one who I'm particularly impressed by. So I don't think we'll be doing much in free agency this year. So as a result, I think we're just going to simulate up to the draft lottery and see where we are picking. Oh, okay. We just got an interesting offer for Nick Dowd. Carson Lambos from Minnesota. 4-star potential and a 2-star ability. Personality is okay. Career stats, let's see. Played 7 games last year, 64 average grade. All right, I'm going to keep that on hold. We have 14 days to say yes or no, so I'm going to keep that on hold until the draft. I want to see if I could get him in a package with Kuznetsov, but that's a really good offer. I do want to keep that on the table. All right, time for the draft lottery. We do have 2 picks in here, as I believe, what was the other pick we acquired? We acquired Florida's first round pick. Right, that was the Mantha trade with Philadelphia, but it was Florida's first round pick instead of Philadelphia's. So we got 2 chances at number 1. So here we go. Number 16, you have Calgary. At number 15, Dallas. 14, Winnipeg. 13, Washington. All right. Number 12, the Islanders. 11, Ottawa Senators. No movement yet. At 10, you have Columbus. 9, Nashville. 8, the Rangers. 7, the Washington Capitals. Okay, so we didn't move up, but we don't move down. So you know what? I'll take it, especially in a draft like this. At number 6, you have Chicago. 5, you have Ottawa. 4, Arizona, so San Jose moves up. At number 3, Montreal. And number 1, the Anaheim Ducks, which means San Jose gets number 2. All right, so here we are at the draft. We are, of course, picking at number 7 and number 13. I do want to see if we can move up somehow, potentially with the Kuznetsov trade, but that's only if one of these teams up here is on Kuznetsov's no trade list, which I can't imagine they are. So what is it again? It's Buffalo, LA, New Jersey, the Islanders, Philadelphia, Seattle, Tampa, Toronto, Vancouver. And as I suspected, none of those teams are in the top 6 that are above us. So I think what we're going to do, we're just going to pick until human, see what happens in the first 6 picks. Now it's our turn to pick. There is Nikita Artamanov, who is the highest star ability in this draft with a 2-star ability. Only 3.5 star potential though. Doesn't look too bad overall. Potential wise, there is Ivan Demidov, Artem Levshunov, and Adam Yurichek. Nothing too concerning in any of their personalities. So what do we really need most here? I mean, we need a little bit of everything, to be honest, but I think we could use a good prospect defenseman. I don't think we have too many prospect defensemen. I think at best we have Iorio, right? He's our best one by far. Yeah. And he's only a 3-star potential. Yeah. I think we need a prospect defenseman. So it comes down to Levshunov and Yurichek. They are the exact same offensive player. Levshunov's defensive category is better though, as is his mental category. So Levshunov's got the advantage as far as overall ability, it looks like. Yurichek's better physically though. Let's see what they do stat-wise. So 31 points in 44 games played in the NCAA for Levshunov. And for Yurichek, he had 32 points in 45 games played in this league. I'm not sure what that league is actually. Chance Liga. And then in 7 games played in the ELH, he had 3 points. Levshunov has the weight advantage too. He's 198 compared to 176 for Yurichek. I think just based off his skill level, I'm going to go for Levshunov because he's a little bit more further in his development than Yurichek is. I'm seeing a lot of positives out of him, but I do still like Yurichek. If he's there with the next pick, I might end up taking him too. So Levshunov, welcome to the Washington Capitals. There it is.
It is coming.
Oh no. All right, let's... All right, well, it's a good thing I saved right before the draft, but still, that means we got to do this all over again. So pick till human. Kieran Poulin now goes first overall to the Anaheim Ducks. Then you have Macklin Celebrini, Tanner Howe, Gabriel Frasca, Cole Eiserman, Ryder Ritchie, and we may as well just select Levshunov again. There you go. Welcome to the Washington Capitals once again. I wish Minnesota was on Kuznetsov's no trade list. That would be really, really nice because that deal for Carson Lambos in exchange for Nick Dowd is really nice. All right, I'm not going to make this trade, but I just want to show you guys what I mean when I say that the computer puts way too much value into some picks. So I'm going to try trading Kuznetsov, Dowd, Highland, a 3rd and a 4th to Philly in exchange for their 5th. This is their first for 2025, so for next year. Now I'm going to remove that and put Matvei Michkov. They will probably accept this offer. He is keep in mind, he is a 2-star ability, 5-star potential. They're more willing to trade Michkov, the guaranteed 5-star potential, more than a 1st-round pick for next season. I don't get it. I don't get that. Either you have to put more value into players or you got to put less value into picks because that's That shouldn't happen. Like, Michkov is basically NHL ready at this point, and they would rather trade him, an NHL ready prospect who has got a 5-star potential, according to consensus, rather than a first-round pick. That's just, I don't get it. So like I said, I'm not doing that, but I'm just pointing out that it's more feasible, at least right now, to trade for a prospect, a top-tier prospect, than it is for a first-round pick. In fact, let me try this. Yeah, I mean, Kuznetsov down a third and a fourth only just gets us a second. That's how much value they put into first round picks. I mean, that's a lot even for a second. So like, they put way too much value into picks, man. So just a little tangent that I had to go on. That's been bothering me for a while about this game. So I had to get that out of my system. Really? I can't even get a third for Kuznetsov? What about Philly again? Like, was Dowd actually adding that much value to the trade? I guess he was. Because apparently Dowd from Minnesota is valuable enough to want to give up Carson Lambos. And yet I can't even get a third back for Kuznetsov. Maybe I should have traded him at the trade deadline. Because I thought I'd be able to get something back for him. Like something better back for him at the draft. But as of right now, I'm having a hard time even getting a reasonable pick back. Wait, what? Am I seeing this right? How does Seattle have the rights to Chase Wheatcroft when he's part of Dallas? Is he on a tryout contract? No, he's on a full contract with Dallas. So how does Seattle have his rights then? I've never seen that before. Is there something I'm missing here? Yeah, it seems he was with Dallas last season, and he appears to still be with Dallas, but Seattle has his rights? What? Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense, does it? I'm trying to think of how that makes sense. That's his complete history. There's no other transactions, no trades involved, nothing. How is that possible? This is Seattle I'm looking at, right? Yeah, this is Seattle. They apparently have his rights when he's with the Dallas Stars. That's so weird. Yeah, it says that's so weird. It says his rights are with the Seattle Kraken, but he has a contract with the Dallas Stars. That's so weird. That's gotta be a bug. That has to be a bug. Ooh. Yeah, we got to make this Kuznetsov deal work at some point this season, whether it's now or before the trade deadline. I don't know, but he doesn't want to resign. So we absolutely have to do this either now or before the trade deadline. Problem is, I'm not finding any trades that I like, but I know now's the time to get it done if we're going to get any kind of value for him, because once that trade deadline comes around, other teams are going to know we're going to be forced to trade him to get something back for him. And by then it's probably like his value is probably going to diminish. Only problem is the most I'm getting back for him right now is like a third or a 3-star potential prospect, but you know what? That's probably as high as it's gonna get. That's as high as his value is gonna get. Yeah, I can't see a situation where his value at the upcoming trade deadline would increase unless he has just an incredible season and has 70 points before the trade deadline. But I don't see that happening, especially considering he only had 45 total this past season. So yeah, we gotta get this done here. We have to. This is the time to trade Kuznetsov. Yeah, I think this is the best that we're gonna do for Kuznetsov here, because I do want to keep that Nick Dowd offer on the table for Carson Lambos, because that's a really good offer from Minnesota. So the offer would be Kuznetsov at half salary, the rights to Brett Hyland, and our 6th for 2026, so 2 years from now, going to Philly for the rights of Cutter Gauthier, who we don't have his scouting report, but honestly, he looks like the best player that's available based on the consensus. Obviously, I can't imagine they would necessarily want to trade Gauthier, but you gotta give some to get some. So yeah, I think we're gonna do this. Kuznetsov at half his salary, the rights to Hyland, a 6th-round pick for 2 years from now, for the rights to Cutter Gauthier, offer trade. Interesting offer, but you have to increase it a little. Okay, I'll take the 6th off and just put on a 5th. Let's see. Really? Still? Okay. A 4th, I guess. Really? Come on. Stop being stubborn. I don't really want to give up a 3rd for Gauthier. Maybe I should have traded Kuznetsov at the deadline. This past deadline. I'd be willing to give up Cameron Allen. He doesn't exactly have the best personality. So temper sometimes gets the best of him and has a tendency to get a little overconfident. So Allen and Hyland, and then a 6th. Nope. 5th. Nope. A 4th. Nope. I mean, this is Kuznetsov we're talking about here, Philly. You're telling me you don't want a 3.5-star ability in exchange for Cutter Gauthier. I mean, you need centers, so I'm giving you a center. I don't see what there's not to like about this. He's as a veteran on a 1-year contract. It's perfect for a playoff run, which you're looking to do if I'm not mistaken. Not to mention you're getting Allen and Highland as well. So you're getting a pretty fair deal here, Philly. I don't see what there's not to like about this. And not to mention, I was giving you a 4th round pick, but you're not even accepting that. I really don't want to give up a 3rd. Let's see, what is... yeah, they'll take the 3rd. I'm going to try a 5th and a 6th. See if they'll take that instead. No, okay. 4th and a 6th. No, they want that 3rd. I mean, Gauthier's got some good potential. I really do think he'll end up in the NHL. His grade was good in the NCAA last year, 40 points. I feel like I'm getting fleeced here, but this is probably the best it's realistically going to get. Plus, I kind of want Carson Lambo still. I mean, I could just go Kuznetsov, Dowd, 3rd and 6th for Michkov and call it a day. But I don't know. All right, here's what I'll do. We'll go Kuznetsov at 50% of his salary and a 3rd for 2026 for the rights to Gauthier and a 4th for 2024. So we get a 4th for this year and Philly gets a 3rd for 2 years from now. I think that's a fair trade-off. And then Kuznetsov at half his salary for Gauthier. I like that. That's a good deal. Offer trade, of course. Yeah, to offer a little bit more. All right, you know what? I'll throw in a 6th. Sure. A 6th for 2026. Increase it a little bit more. Come on, Philly. A 3rd and a 5th for 2026 in exchange for a 4th for 2024. Still? Fine. I'll take off the 4th. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. A 5th for 2024. Really? You're that stubborn? A 6th? No. A 7th? Oh, they really want that 3rd. They want that 3rd with no other picks going back the other way. It's very likely they will accept this offer. Oh my God. Please accept this. Are you kidding me? It said very likely they will accept this offer. Fine, you can have the rights to Allen. Very likely they will accept this offer. When I add Allen, I think they will probably accept this offer. So is Allen adding negative value to this? Okay. Apparently, according to this, at least according to the dialogue, Allen adds negative value to the trade, but it makes Philly accept the offer. So I wonder if I add Allen, and then could I... Maybe I'm being the stubborn one now. Could I get a pick out of this? No. Okay. A 5th? No. 6th? Of course. Okay. All right. Final offer. Kuznetsov, the rights to Allen, and a 3rd for 2026 for Connor Gauthier. Finalized trade. Oh my God. That took way too long. And then we'll do Nick Dowd to Minnesota for Carson Lambo's complete trade. There it is. I don't think I'm getting anything for Oshie, to be honest. Let's just see what I could get. I'm going to shop him. Only picks. Nothing. Okay. That's fantastic. Well, that took a solid, I'm going to say at least hour. I'm not kidding. I was working the phones for a good hour trying to trade Kuznetsov, and it was just not, there was literally nothing that I liked, but I knew I had to pull the trigger at some point because Kuznetsov's value, the further we went into the trade deadline, Kuznetsov's value was only going to diminish. So that was probably, I'm going to say, the most we were going to get for Kuznetsov at this point. So with that, let's continue with the draft. This has already been very eventful. And let's pick until human. I did like Yurichek. There's also Berkeley Catton. Artamanov is still available as well as his 2-star ability. He's basically NHL ready at this point. Maybe just increase his defensive category a little bit. And I do like his personality. What do you have last season in the KHL? 40 points in the KHL? That's not bad. Oh, it looks like looks like this issue is still a thing. Multiple final draft rankings. Catton had 81 points last year in the WHL, 68 games played, 67 grade. Catton has a better defensive category, but I think Artamanov's better physically. Yeah, he's definitely better physically. About Catton's personality, yeah, that's good personality. I mean, I would say you can't really go wrong between either of them. Yeah, I don't think you could really go wrong with any 4 of these players. Artamanov, Catton, Perrick, and Iginla. Artamanov is definitely the most NHL ready. Iginla's not nearly as good as Catton or Artamanov, and then Artamanov's better than Catton in terms of overall readiness. I think I'm going to take Artamanov here. Yeah, I'm liking Artamanov. Welcome to the Washington Capitals, Nikita Artamanov. I might want to try trading Kemper, just given his contract and age. He's already 34, 3 years left at a $5.25 million deal. Yeah, I'm going to see if I could trade Kemper. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else who I really wanted to trade. So we're just going to have to skip ahead to our next pick in the 3rd round and see who's available. Oh, wow. There's still 3.5-star potential available at this point in the draft. I mean, he's 19, but he is a 1-star ability already. Madsen Leslie. Personality is not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible. Could have some potential as an offensive defenseman. Oh, here's a pretty interesting one. Matthew Soto, 18 years of age, 1-star ability, 3-star potential. But for this point in the draft, I think that's a pretty interesting player. One of his strongest suits is his ability to deal with adversity, gets along well with everyone, and never takes success for granted. So a great personality actually from Matthew Soto. And especially for this part of the draft, that's pretty good. I'd say he's the front runner right now. Ooh, hold up. Tarek Parasek. He's 18 years of age, 1.5-star ability, 3-star potential. Pretty good physically, pretty good offensively. Defense leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's okay. Clearly an offensively based player. Good personality, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Yeah, I think he's the new front runner. Yeah, no one else even comes close to him actually. I'm taking him. So Tarek Parasek, welcome to Washington. And oh, is this our next pick? Yeah, we have back-to-back picks here. So who have we taken so far? We've taken a defenseman, a right wing, and a right wing. I want to try to get a center here. Elliot Letallian. That's an awesome name. I'm considering picking him just for that. But I did like this guy better. Thomas Deruio. That's as close as I'm going to get with that name. I like his personality as well. That's a good personality. Thomas Deruio. Welcome to the Washington Capitals. Deke Davidson, that's an awesome name. What is with all these players having some incredible names here in this draft? Only 154 pounds at 6'1". All right, I think our next pick is going to be Matthew Soto. Good winger who can also play center. Of course, his faceoffs is only at 9, so I don't think he's going to play center, but still pretty good winger. Good physically, good offensively. He definitely has potential. So Matthew Soto, welcome to the Washington Capitals. And next, I think I'm going to take EJ Emery. Mentally, he's not great, but offensive category is pretty good. Physical category is pretty good. A defensive category is, I mean, it's, you know, he's got the stick checking up there. Checking is at 13. So he's at least better than some of the other players I've seen up to this point in this round. So EJ Emery, welcome to Washington. Ooh, Max Swanson looks interesting. Good passing and puck handling already. Good stick checking, good face-offs, decent personality. 52 points last season. Yeah, I'll take him. Max Swanson, welcome to Washington. And round number 6 now, I believe this is our last pick. And I think for the last pick, it's going to be Tomas Galvas. He's a defenseman, 5'11", 188. Offensively pretty good. Physical rating's pretty good. I wish his balance was better. But overall, seems like he's got some good potential. Determination's at 14. None of his defensive ratings are really too low, besides shot blocking at 10. But everything else makes up for it, being 13 or 12. So yeah, I'm going to take Tomas Galvas with this pick. Welcome to Washington. And that will be it for a very eventful draft for your Washington Capitals. And I think with that being said, I'm going to end things off here. And the next one, we'll start year number 2 with your Washington Capitals.